on ProEdgeWire with the wonderful David Morgan. David, how are you today?
Doing well, thank you, Tracy.
David, I was just reading in the news today, and I like this story, that B2 Gold has just acquired CGA Mining for 1.1 billion, and some of the analysts are saying this is going to increase, or we're going to have a rise in acquisitions happening right now in the market in the resource sector. What do you think about that?
I think they're correct. We've been talking about this for some time now in the mergers and acquisitions space. A lot of the larger miners, such as your Newmonts, your Barricks, several, and of course, in the base metal miners, your RTZs, BHPs, et cetera, they don't have the time or the energy to go out and make discoveries. And for those type of large concerns, they need to go out and acquire projects that have viable resources. So I think you're going to see this continue. And now that the market's starting to heat back up, I think you'll see the premiums come back in the market. Another quick example would be Coeur d'Alene. The Palomajero project, as an example, is one they bought out. In fact, on that one, I thought they actually overpaid at the time. But regardless, you're going to see more and more mergers and acquisitions. So anybody that's out there that's got a good asset that's developed or needs to be developed, but defined very well, has the opportunity to see a premium coming in their stock or a buyout.
I was reading one of my favorite writers this weekend, you, and you were talking about the bottom of the market. Can I get you just to talk about that briefly? Because obviously you need to subscribe to find out the real details.
Well, I called two bottoms. One I called the bottom in the mining equities, and that was around May. And I probably hit it within a few days, within a week anyhow. I did it on several ways, but one's primarily the sentiment. The sentiment was so bad, and so many people had dropped off my list, and so many members had unsubscribed or canceled their subscriptions. That's actually part of the factor. The other was looking at the dynamics of the market. It was at a 30-year low relative to bullion. In other words, the equities were underpriced relative to the price of gold at the greatest spread you'd ever seen for 3 decades. That's a clue we had to be near a final bottom. So I just kind of stuck my neck out slightly. It wasn't a big risk, really, that we're at the bottom. It turned out to be true. I said we'd get confirmation in a bull market, which we're still in, if on the metals, if the bottom was called correctly, which in my view now it has been, you get about a 2 or 3 month lag, and then you'll see the bottom in the metals themselves, which again occurred. And I said that 28 was about the bottom on the spot market in silver. Again, that looks like a good call. So basically, I've been lucky, good, fortunate, whatever you want to call it, to call both the bottom in the mining equities and the bottom in the metals markets on this intermediate term basis. Certainly, this isn't the bottom that started years, over a decade ago. This is the intermediate term bottom that's been a real drag for us metals investors, because it's really been a tough year or so in the equities especially, and the metals themselves. So I'm happy that the bottoms are in, and I'm looking forward to a much, much stronger year ahead over 2013 and beyond.
Great news. Speaking of news, the Japanese-Chinese increasing tensions. It's my understanding the trade partners between the two of them is a $340 billion market. This has got to be impacting the rest of the global market, or am I just speculating? What do you think, David?
Well, I think we're both speculating, but I agree with you. I think that this tension over this island situation, and its anniversary is September 19th, which is a day or two ago, really is a problem. And there's tension all over the world. I think the entire planet is in this modality of more and more war, more and more upset, more and more rioting. Generally speaking, the people, the populace of any given nation state are basically unhappy with the leadership, or lack of leadership might be a better way to phrase it. And then you're seeing what was outlined in resource wars, which is countries are starting to covet their natural resources. So you're seeing like Argentina that says you can mine here, but you can't take any of the profits out of the country. And I know I'm getting a little off base, Trace, but I'm trying to make the point. You're going to see more and more of this tension escalating as the financial system starts to unwind further. So this is just another area. And of course, as you are alluding to, and you can correct me, that this rare earth thing that goes primarily in all over, but a lot of it goes into Japan because they take the raw materials and produce a lot of the high-tech equipment. They produce these iPads, iPhones, and all of these touch screens that are so prevalent in today's high-tech society. So we really do have a problem, and unfortunately, I see it escalating, not deteriorating, not going the other direction.
David, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I don't want you to give any more away for free because I do know that if you want to know what's happening in the market today, you need to be a subscriber to Silver Investor. David, I'm going to tell people to go to ProEdgeWire, of course, to subscribe, but can you tell them how else they may subscribe?
Well, I'll just give the free stuff. You can go to, I have a YouTube channel, Silver Guru, I have a Twitter account, Silver Guru 22, and on themorganreport.com, there is a free e-letter. It comes out weekly. It comes out every Saturday or Sunday. It comes out over the weekend. And if you want more details on the membership-only part of the website, that's on the website, themorganreport.com.
And let me just add, we endorse the members-only side of his website, David's website. David, thanks again.
Thank you, Tracy. My pleasure.